Yes, apparently we are
Yay!
live and frozen. How does it get any better than that? Welcome, welcome everybody. This is the fourth episode of Uplifters with, and I'm not going to say anything else before we allow this to happen. And then we go to talking. But first, why is it not working? I love this. It's not working. Now it's not working. It has to. Okay, just be patient with us.
Yeah.
We'll make it work when if it wants to work. Oh, the whole streaming is stopped at 0:34. No, 0:55.
There it is.
Oh my god.
I woke up with the sun shining bright on my face. It's a new day and I'm awake. Awake for more. I keep wondering what is there. I keep shining from within. I keep looking up above and below. And I know it is a new beginning.
Come on. Oh! It's a new beginning. Okay, cool.
Right at the verse, it's stopping.
Right. But this is actually a beautiful introduction, even if it's not perfect, but it's a beautiful introduction for our conversation today. So welcome to Uplifters, Birkit. This
Thank you
is
so much.
this is the series of interviews dedicated to people who would like to be a contribution to this world, to bring more consciousness to this world in their own magnificent, miraculous way. We are no two people like each other, and we are such gifts into this world. So thank you so much for being this invitation, this irresistible invitation that pulled me in and said, we want to ask some questions to Birkit.
I'm so grateful. Yeah. I'm so grateful to be here and so grateful for the song that has me tear up every time I listen to it.
It actually it actually became the number one hit on my list on listening to it. But before we go into details about
Yeah.
this song, and I'm going to look up for the link to put it there in the comments because I wasn't prepared for the link now, huh? Birgit, there's this thing that you are and that you invite people to, which is pretty much undefinable, but it brings so much joy in everybody's person's life when they meet you. And I call this interview Whispers Angel, Angel's Whispers. And this is where I would like to bring you to. You have the voice, you have the inspiration, you have so much more. How did it start? Where did it start? Why did it start? And how did it get so beautiful? So, start wherever you want. Tell us all.
Oh my goodness. I'm like, every time I just want to say that every time that we are in interacting with each other about this and not about this, it just it makes me cry. I'm so grateful for how you're receiving this, and every time I get to receive from that as well. So yeah, I just that's where I want to start actually, because that is a huge gift to me and to the world as well. Um, yeah, and my singing, yeah, it's something that I'm being and that I've been loving doing since I was very little. Um, and I had not the most easy childhood, was being bullied, etc. And I know that for me, singing was like coming home. Even when I was little, it was like coming home. And I had quite some difficulties with fitting in a box with my voice. Duh.
Hello. I am actually how should I say? I'm grateful for those difficulties.
Yeah. Yeah, me too, totally. Because that is actually what brought me into this new space of improvising. But like when I started, I know that everyone tried to put me in a box. Like, are you a theater singer? Are you a jazz singer? And every time what I heard was, well, you have an amazing voice, but you're not totally jazz, and you have an amazing voice, but you're not totally theater. So I wasn't like I couldn't do either according to their beliefs about it. And in the past that was quite frustrating for me because I didn't see that many possibilities there, or well, I bought that from other people that there weren't that many possibilities, right?
Oh, yeah, we all know that, right? Oh.
Yeah, and I had so much that I wanted to sing about. um, that was way back when. Now I sing from a different space, but I know that in the past that was a frustration of me because I wanted to sing songs, but I didn't want to sing the songs that were on the radio because they were so full of stories and feelings and emotions, and I wanted to reach out a possibility to people, but I just didn't know how to. I every time I went into this songwriting course, I got totally in my mind and I was like, I
Yeah.
can't do this. So that's how it all started. Yeah, and then at one point I booked a studio session with a songwriting lady, and on my way to the studio I got a phone call, and that was a friend of mine, and we got into an argument on the phone right before I went into the studio for another attempt to write a song. And I was so frustrating and sad, and I was like, shit, I'm gonna write my very first song now, and it has to blah 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 blah, and now I'm feeling blah blah. And I went I know I went into the studio and I just said to the lady that was sitting there behind the piano, I'm feeling so but can you just start playing, and can I just express whatever
Whatever.
is here, and then after that we will write a song. Uh-huh. And
Uh-huh.
so she started playing and I started singing, and then minutes later we looked at each other like that was a song. Yeah.
Wow. But that's that's the angel's whispers. Sometimes maybe it comes with a fight with a friend just before you get into a creation connection, whatever call it, moment. But what if this was required for you to take you out of those definitions, that if I go to write a song, it should be like this, and it should have this, should have the other thing. And
Yeah.
I wonder how many times have you actually been meeting all these definitions, and let's call them rejections, that you're not like this and not like that, as a compliment.
Mm.
How lucky are we that you're not fully jazz and you're not fully classical or you're not whatever? Because if you were, I would not be able to enjoy whatever comes out of
Yeah.
your, how should I say, of your space, soul, inspiration. I would probably be one of those ladies who would say, "Oh, she's too lyric for me, or she's too jazzy for me." So she's so I'm so grateful you're not.
Yeah.
And this is an invitation to everybody who's watching, and go through the definitions that they have, like come against and fought against, and see, wow, what a gift is that. I'm actually not fitting the label.
Yeah.
But I have a question for you, Birgit, because the
Mhm.
first time I ever heard of you as singing, it was because you were doing something for the people. You do something like I remember there was a breakfast. Somebody ordered a delivery of a
Ah,
breakfast thingy. Can you say more about that? About
yeah.
that part?
Yeah, well, I do all kinds of stuff. And this was like during all the COVID when it just started. There was this beautiful coffee corner here in the village that I live that couldn't serve people anymore in the way that they used to do that. And then we connected and we were like, okay, so what else is possible? What if we, because they started to deliver their food to the people, and then we created a singing delivery. So um, I went to people's houses with their breakfast and a song. Um, yeah, and that was so much fun to do and to surprise people with that. Yeah,
Okay, so this is where I want to get the surprise part. What is that surprise part for you? What does it do to you?
yeah. It is. If I take it broader, like the surprise in general, for me, it's really about an wonderment and wondering and like putting a spark in people's world that they actually are being themselves. You know, so it's more like reaching themselves within a song or within notes or within, and it's not just a surprise to them, but it's also a surprise to me, because every time I sing, I that's what I said when we started this song. I cry too, because I'm just as surprised by what is moving through me, and like the peekaboo that I get to have in people's worlds and in their beings, and that is such a huge gift that I can't even put words to. Yeah.
It is. And I wanted to hint on something. Would this have to do anything with vulnerability?
Yeah. 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 And that's also what I often invite myself to, like, because with this singing, with being, like, I can't do it if I'm not vulnerable. Like, I have to be, and I be, it's not even I have to be, it's just what I be. And the invitation for me every time is like, what if I can be that everywhere? That's something I remind myself of, like, to be that everywhere and not only when I sing.
Wow. What if I could be that anywhere?
Yeah.
And okay, so there's another question. What do you think makes people allow themselves to be vulnerable when when they hear to your music, when they listen to your music?
I wonder, yeah, what was that for you? What created that for you? I guess it's better question to ask you because
No,
you received the song.
let's give people a bit of context. At some
Yeah.
point, I don't know how I got it that you're writing songs like improvisations. Oh my god, my tongue. And I can't remember exactly how I reached to that information, but I remember I wanted a song. I wanted a song from you. And the communication started with, Selena, give me some words to work with, some energies. And I was like, this, and this. I knew exactly, remember? I knew exactly what I wanted. This was back in August this year. So at some point, I started to do these classes. You did your thing. There was this transformation, a lot of transformation. And for some reason, we I was like, "Where's my song?" And you were like, "Not yet. We tried to record it, but it didn't come out." And I was like, "Okay, I don't like it, but let's trust the universe, let's trust the universe." At some point, I was like, "Where's my song?" And then you pinged and you said, "Hey, where are you? I cannot find you energetically. Where are you? What is it? What are the..." And I was like, "Oh, wait, it was the Maestro class, the most advanced class in access consciousness, which I had just finished. And I didn't have words for. And I was just sitting on a beach with a glass of champagne in my hand at 8 o'clock in the morning, as one does, right? Like, yeah. And taking the sunrise, and, the just, and I sent you a picture, and you said, "Okay, this is it. In 1 week," it took 1 week, not even 1 week, you send it in one morning, and I just pushed the button, and I started to cry from the very first thingy. And I was like, "Why am I crying?" And then I said, "Let's listen again. I won't cry the second time." The second time, knowing that I will push the button, I start crying again. And then I sent you the message that this was so on point, so into it. But this is where I'm coming with Angel's Whispers, because it's not just it. To me, it wasn't just writing the song, having the idea of somebody in your head. What is it? How does it happen?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's something we will never be able to define. That's the magic. That's exactly what you said. That's the angel's whisper. And for me to give a bit of like how it works for me, it's like, so you send me that picture, and that was it. Like that was like, okay, I got it. The energy was there. And then when I get together, in this case with Jürgen, who plays the piano and the guitar and looping station, we meet, and I show them, in this case, your picture. And then like I start to, for maybe like 20 seconds, give him some words. So in this case, like shining and, well, whatever it was in that moment. And then he starts to play, and I have to like say, record, because we have that in the past, because we go, and then if we don't record, we can't do it over. You can't. It will be a different song then. So I remind him, record now, and then we just
Get the
go.
chills. I get
And
the
then
chills.
it's like letting it come, letting it move through me, whatever that is. And it's such a play field. Like his music give me information, and I give him information, and everything gets to be used. And that's what I love in improvisation. There is no wrong doing. There isn't. Like, sometimes actually this week someone asked me, like, if you are in a theater, are you not afraid that there will be no song? And then I'm like, no, because then that will be the song. There is no wrong. It will just arise as it is.
There is no wrong. That's the song. Wow, it's not just for a song, or because at the end of the day people have preferences. But what if we knew that nothing is wrong, that some days this is what we look for, some days there's another,
Yeah.
another flavor attached to it. But
Yeah.
I love
And
it.
what if you can use every information to create with? And you don't have to choose all the information, but like it's just information. And that's what this singing, every time I do that, I acknowledge that again. Because even when I don't have words, then oh, Siri is starting to talk. Hilarious. Hi, Siri, you also want to play? Like,
Play the song,
like,
Siri. Play the song.
even when there are no words, then then I can use that. And like, what if that's the invitation in life as well? Like, what if you could improvise your life way more? What if you could use everything that happens, if you want to create with?
That's how many amazing things come to us each and every second, and because they don't fit, too jazzy, too I don't know what,
Yes.
because they don't fit, we just discard them instead of creating something totally different. And there is one thing that I would like you to talk about: the
Mhm.
joy that you are when you sing. Because even in the Shine song, at some point I thought, like, she knows me. Did she sleep with me or in my body at some point? Because you were picking something out of it, which I was like, how does she do that? Now listen to this. I played the song, I sent the song to my husband,
Yeah.
and he listened to it, and he was like, he's a very logical person, and he was sitting straight, and then he leaned back, and then he sank into the chair, and he looked, he said, sounds like you. And I was like, oh my God. Even him acknowledged that you tapped in that energy, and that is like, whoa, what else is possible?
Yeah.
And how many
And that's also
universes.
the gift of you, Selena, because like every song shows up differently. And I do acknowledge that I become like a channel, right? I tap into you and then you move through me in a way. And it's also you receiving that, like when you're listening to it, but also when I'm creating that. Because when someone has a lot of more mind stuff going on, then I can still like, that's the invitation to me. I can still tap into their being, and sometimes the song is more than like a bridge. It's more like
Just 1 second. This is very interesting. Okay, cool.
we have all these devices that want to talk to.
How I wonder what for for an activity is happening right now around us. My kid is just coming in. He wanted to print the paper. No, really? Speaking about the brainies, speaking about when you're so logical and mental and you have to analyze before you let things come in. And speaking about receiving, how much more is there? When you send the song, I didn't have any expectation of it. I was just curious what's going to come there. I never questioned, and I knew like never doubted or something like, oh, it has to be like this or it has to be like that. So when it came, it was this full on download of energy that gave me the chills, that gave me that I was giggling. And I wonder how many times are we allowing ourselves to have this download?
Yeah.
And when we do we also acknowledge receiving it? Because it's one thing, like with the gifts, Birkit,
Mm, mm.
the gifts. Then we receive a gift, and yes, thank you. Like children, from inside it's like, but from outside you have to be the adult, the
Mm.
serious adult. Oh, thank you.
Very significant. Yeah.
Very significant. I'm sorry I didn't make your song significant, but it just started and ignited
Thank
the Shine
goodness.
book, which is like, I'm actually inviting everybody to have the experience of the new Shine book, listening to the song. So I'm not sure I have the words to express my gratitude for the gift that you be, and also for the guy singing with you, Jürgen, who's like, how? Okay, it's not a how, but it's a how. For me, it's like, this is not a teamwork. This is like, I don't know what it is, but it's so beautiful. So how did you choose each other? Can you work the same way with everybody, or is there this connection or this opening of towards possibilities with him? Do you I mean, how did you choose each other?
Yeah, it's both. It's both. It is like the improvisation is something that it's almost a demand that I be when I sing. So the musician has to go there. And um, and every musician that I work with has its own magic, and it creates different songs. And with Jurgen, I am like, and I tell him this quite often, that yeah, like what would it take for him to acknowledge how magical he is? Because when we create music, it's so much ease. It's just like la la la, and then being amazed. It's so much ease and so much joy. And like I know him from years ago. Once we met at a jam session or something, and every now and then I sing at a wedding. And I used to do that with Jurgen sometimes. Like on one hand, you could count the amounts of times that we did that. And then when I knew that I wanted to create songs through improvising, I just asked, like, okay, so who could I do this with? You know, and Jurgen was one of the people that popped, and it was hilarious actually, because it was a few years back. I had I wanted to celebrate my birthday with a concert. And so I rented a theater over here, and I was like, okay, so I want to do an improvisation concert. I've never done that, but I just want to do that. And I asked Jurgen, are you in? Would you like to do that? So I went to his place to like see if we could work this out, if we could do that. And yeah, he just started playing, and I just started singing, and we were like, okay, let's do it. So and then we went to the theater and we did it there, and it was amazing. Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
it's as you said, it's la 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 la, it's ease, it's la 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 la, and then it's fun. Why
Yeah.
making things complicated like adults?
Yeah, and that's the thing, like for everyone watching, it's like sometimes, and we also talk about this in Access Consciousness, right? But it's so obvious for me here, like some things are so you that you don't see them as a gift. You don't see them as miraculous actually. And so we start looking for, okay, what can we be? But it is like this outside of ourselves thing. But it is like, what am I? Really, what am I? And what do you love to do? What gets you all excited? And what if that is actually the greatest gift that you are? You don't have to do anything for it. And it comes with such an amount of ease that we often overlook it. Like for me, trying for years to write a song, well, all that time I had me, and I used to actually like improvise and be in the moment. That's how I live my life, and I used to sing all the time randomly. But I was trying to fit into the box of a song and how you are supposed to write a song, instead of just hello, hello.
I'm
Yeah.
here, I'm here, would you please put me down or record me or something like that? But this is so pertinent, because I remember when I wanted to write my first book,
Mm.
I was having all these stories in my head, and I said, one day I will write a book when I will know how to. But
Mm.
writing is something that I've been doing my whole life. Everything goes with me through writing. But then I had this idea that when you want to write a book, it has to be, I don't know how. And then I didn't. And when I did, then I judged it. And then when I stopped judging it, I said, okay, cool, what else? And one day I just started to write. And it's like, as you said it, asking who would like to come to me. To me, it's like stories, like something to put on the
It's the
paper.
same. It's the
It's the
same. When I
same.
when I read it, you remember I sent you a message like I was crying when I read your book. It's the same. Yeah.
But it's different. And it's different ways of expressing. But let me ask you one more question. What is it that that tickles you to go into this improvisation and offer these moments to people? What is it? What do you see in their worlds that gets created when you say yes to all that you truly be?
Yeah.
That. I guess you said it.
Yeah.
Well, Birkit, thank you so much for being this gift in the world, for lifting us up with your angel whispers. This is how I call them. This is how I imagine angels would sing if
Mm.
we wanted to hear them all the time. Thank you for giving them a voice, for using your voice for that, and for being this gift, invaluable gift that sees us. Let us see more than what is there in front of the eyes. And well, for those of you who would like to have a song improvised by Birkit, where do we find you?
I have a website. It's birkit.nl/your song. You can also send me a message. I'm actually going into the studio this Sunday to create new songs for people that would like to have one before Christmas, to give to themselves or someone.
I'm going to have a different one. I'm going to have
Yeah.
but don't tell it to anybody. And she's going to write me a different song on a different project. Now that I get that your contribution is actually allowing my creations to get spark and be ignited. So thank you so much. Wishing you, like loads more of whispers.
Mm.
And how does it get any better than that? Happy holidays, whatever they are. Uh, obnoxious, joyful celebrations. And so looking forward to listen to more of you.
Thank you so much. I'm like immensely grateful for you having me here, for everything. And yeah, I just sometimes words can't. I'm grateful. Yeah.
I will put the links, and on this, kisses and hugs, everybody. Mwah. And
Mm.
you know what? If you know somebody who inspires you as being an uplifter, just let me know. Maybe, just maybe, we could have a chat like we had with Birkit, and we will, inspire the world to get greater, more joyful, more happy. And how does it get any better than that? So
Mm.
look at that beautiful comment. Thank you, Deborah. And kisses
Thank you so
and
much.
hugs.